Okay, welcome back everyone to another special episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards, and once again I'm joined by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going?
Doing well.
All right, so this is the round two of the Thanksgiving 2016 Gamers Armory Star Wars LCG tourney. I am on the right in this game. This is the second game of my matchup against Scott Blanton, who's the owner at Gamers Armory. So good shout out to him for always running these tournaments and supporting the game and supporting the community. Scott doesn't really play a lot, as I mentioned in the first game that we watched. He's the owner. He usually just plays if we have an odd number of people. That way nobody has to sit out. And when we got there were only three of us. So he dug out his decks that he had brought, which he didn't even really remember what was in them, and played. So it made for an interesting second round matchup between me and him. So I am playing a Navy deck here. My deck is 2 Deploy the Fleet, 2 Tarkin Doctrine, 2 Might of the Empire, 2 Inexorable Destruction, 1 Moon Blockade, and 1 Endor Entrapment. And Scott is playing a Rebel capital ship deck, so we got capital ships versus capital ships here. He's got 2 Command and Control, 2 Solidarity of Spirit, 2 Capital Cover, and then he rounded things out with 1 Rogue Squadron Assault, 1 Engineering the Future, 1 Alliances Elite, and 1 Resourceful Survivor. So pretty interesting deck list there that he had. It looks like we flipped up, and I got a Might of the Empire, Tarkin Doctrine, and Deploy the Fleet. So I was glad to see Tarkin Doctrine. And he flipped up, what is that? Rogue Squadron Assault, Heroes of the Rebellion, which I don't even remember saying before, so must have accidentally forgot to mention. I think it's that, not Alliances Elite. Sorry. I think he's got Heroes Rebellion, Heroes of the Rebellion, not Alliances Elite. And then as the last one is that Solidarity of Spirit, right? And he put in Blissix. And I'm like, what the heck? And I was able to put in a Fleet Navigator. So I was at least happy because in my round 1 game, I couldn't draw a resource to save my life. So I had a resource and dropped a free one in, thanks to Solidarity. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that. Give me another resource here. And then I also got the Death Squadron Star Command, so that's a much better start in this one. But I do remember I mulliganed in hand. I had no resources again. This time I was at least able to draw some after I mulliganed, unlike the first game.
You just need to shuffle better. You got a ton of resources in there.
I know. Clearly I do. I don't know what happened. I had shuffled. I don't know why I didn't. So I played the Death Squadron command there and only used one. I used Deploy the Fleets thing, but I didn't damage it or anything. And I think I'm sitting here thinking about damaging it again. I was damaging it the whole day. I remember that. So I put 2 damage on it, and then I am putting out the heavy cruiser for 2, since it costs 4 and it's a capital ship. And I still left 1 Might of the Empire open. And I'm trying to remember why I did that. I wonder if I had... There was a couple games I had jamming protocol early, and I think I might have left that resource just in case I needed to stop a rebel assault or something like that.
Well, you had the resource on the Navigator as well, though.
Yeah, but I guess I could have done that. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Maybe I didn't want them to have to do that. So I committed the cruiser because it's elite thanks to Might of the Empire.
Yeah. Now, what does Blissix do again? I don't remember what that guy does.
I don't remember either. What does Blissix do?
Another card I haven't played much.
Yeah, I think he does something like taking focus tokens off or shields or something, and adding shields or taking things off damage. Taking damage off somewhere. I'm trying to pull up the card. Yeah, that one I'm like, what? I don't remember what he does. So he does, let's see, Engineer in the Future. Focus this unit to remove a damage from a Rebel Alliance objective, then place 1 shield on a Rebel Alliance unit or objective.
Okay.
So I knew he did something with shields. And then he just played one of the cruisers from the Solidarity of Spirit thing, which reduces the cost of the next vehicle you play by 1, if I remember right.
Yep.
So he also played the Fleet Command Center there for free. So he got that for 3.
So he still has 2 resources, but if it's a 3-cost vehicle, he can play it too.
Yeah, and so he's using Blissex resource to play a capital Corvette, and then he remembered to draw his card there.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting here thinking, ugh, the Corvette's going to get a couple blasts on us so I can win edge with the Fleet Navigator and lock it down.
Well, you could use the other guy as well. He's got tactics if you.
Oh yeah, he's got white tactics too.
And he's got more health.
Yeah, he's got 2 guns, but there's no way I can just shoot the Corvette outright. So I was definitely worried about him going after deploy the fleet here, and I was glad I had Tarkin Doctrine out to be able to make him not attack it since he didn't leave resources to pay the Tarkin tax.
Yeah.
So I think I'm explaining that about how he did it. Just reminding him that if he engages deploy the fleet, he'd have to pay 2, or else he'd have to attack something else.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that gives him a chance to send him at Tarkin Doctrine and get it damaged while you can.
That's exactly right. So I think he tried to send it after deploy the fleet, and I might have actually let it go here, thinking I had some good edge cards or something. I shouldn't say let it go, but I might have not redirected. Oh, no, I pointed at Tarkin Doctrine. Maybe I looked at my hand and decided, no, I better not let you attack deploy the fleet.
He's still got 4 cards in hand as well. So
yeah, exactly, because he played Blissex for free on his first turn.
Well, and he also got to draw a card when he played that other guy earlier just now.
Yeah, so he's going after Tarkin Doctrine, and this will be interesting because I've got the cruiser here, and I'm hoping I can win edge. And I actually just passed for some reason. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder why I did that.
Well, it gives you a couple damage on there, but he does get to do a couple to Tarkin.
Yeah. And then I did 2 damage to the Corvette. I wonder why I did that. Now, if he wants to, he could take balance. Oh, that's why I did that. I had tractor beam, and I'm going to move it from the cruiser to his ship with tractor beam.
Yeah, because
so he can't just take force
can't
back.
Take force, and you have an empty board now.
All right, so that's why I left those 2 resources there for a tractor beam. So I took 2 damage on Tarkin Doctrine. But now I'm going to have a free board to swing at here. Although I won't have a lot of resources. I guess I have 6 technically, and I could damage deploy the fleet more if I want to.
Yeah, but you got to be careful though. You're already a third of the way dead, pretty much, against a capital ship deck. That capital ships tend to hit pretty hard when they hit.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful about not leaving yourself an adequate defense.
Yeah. So Dial did go to 3, and I just played the fleet staging area, so that gave me a free resource, so I wasn't going to complain about that.
Yeah.
And
like if he were to play home 1 now, he could take out both those objectives.
Yeah, that would be bad. There is a Stormtrooper assault team. Okay.
That is good.
Yeah, I got a bunch of juicy targets there. The cruiser, the M480 or whatever it is, that's probably not as big of a deal because it has 1 black gun, 1 white gun, and a white blast.
Yeah, I mean, you could block him with the Fleet Navigator and not worry too much.
Yeah.
I think you send him and take out Blissex.
Yeah. Oh, I'm damaging deploy the fleet for 2. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a big hitter. Death Squadron Star Destroyer. Okay.
You remember from the last game when you had to deploy the fleet with 4 damage on it and you were unable to make use of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That looks familiar.
Yeah, so I'm sending the Stormtrooper in after something here. Solidarity doesn't really matter, so it's probably a matter of if I want to get some more damage on something, what do I want to get it on?
Well, I think you send him at 1, you send the Star Destroyer at the other.
Yeah.
You probably want to take out his untargetable thing, so I think you send the Star Destroyer there, send the troopers at the top.
Right. So I shot ballistics, probably thinking I should be able to kill the Corvette.
Yeah.
um, Unless I
Where
go
did
try to lock down the Corvette, that's also a possibility.
did you? I don't see any damage from that. You're unopposed. Where did you attack? Oh no,
Uh,
you're right. You
yeah, I
did hit the
did Rogue
top one. I
Squadron
see it
Assault.
now.
Yeah, I did Rogue Squadron Assault. It's up there.
Yeah.
So I think I was thinking here, did I want to get a bunch of blast on Heroes of the Rebellion, or do I want to focus down the Corvette since it has blast? And I decided to. I was going back and forth.
I think I would have sent the big guy in and done 4 damage to the
Yeah.
middle objective.
And I'm focusing the Corvette, and I use the cruiser for some reason. I guess I wanted to save the resource maybe with the Fleet Navigator, and I'm going to commit the Star Destroyer. So I'm pretty sure I did
Okay.
that because I had the shield. So I was trying to save the shield on this first time for defense if I needed to.
Yes, that unit is built for offense.
I know. I know.
6 build for a unit just to take the force. That is going to do nothing if he blocks other than place a shield.
Yeah, I guess with deploy the fleet, I was worried about it. So
You got Tarkin Doctrine, and at this point, you don't care if they kill deploy the fleet. You're only going to get 1 more out of it anyway.
that's true. And I
And
can
in
get a
fact, you
fresh
can't do 'em.
objective.
Yeah, you're in the same problem where you had last time, because if you damage it first, then it's dead before you can focus it, if you wanted
Yeah.
to do it that way.
Now,
So,
my Death Squadron
yeah.
Star Command's going to free up here at least. So,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to see what he has there. It looks like there's another one of the cruisers.
Hmm.
And I think I don't think that's how he wanted to pay for it. I think you want to use Fleet Command there. Oh, I think he just realized that, and I kind of told him the same thing. Well, yeah, you could do it like that, and then
Yeah,
yeah,
it
he's
didn't
moving
matter.
it. Yeah, it didn't matter. He had the way to do it.
Yeah. See if he remembers to draw a card when he plays his Starfighter.
Yeah, I don't know if he did. And then he played Tycho for 1. Yeah, because he got to play the Rogue
Yeah,
Squadron thing for 1.
right, he got to play it for 1 because of the other guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he remembered to draw his card.
No, I don't think he did either. Now that you just said that,
So, what does Tycho give again? Is it
Tycho
shielding?
gives shielding and protect vehicle.
Okay.
I think I'm trying to remember if he gets protect vehicle all the time or if he's got to be on something special. I know he gives the shielding though.
Hmm.
Where is that? Yeah, hits fighter gains shielding and protect vehicle.
Yeah.
Wes is
So
the
now,
one that he gets like an extra bonus if he's on his ship or whatever.
yeah.
So I'm sitting here a little worried because he could sacrifice Tycho and double strike with that Rogue
Hmm.
Squadron X-Wing, and I don't have anything on the board with 3 guns to take care of it. It's a little scary. About the only good thing is the Tarkin Doctrine part here.
Hmm.
So he is going after Tarkin Doctrine. And it looks like I'm going to block with the Fleet Navigator here. Oh, I think I reminded him he had a shield. I'm not sure what I'm doing there. Oh, I'm
You're
blocking with.
changing.
Yeah, I'm going to block with the other thing and put a shield on Tarkin Doctrine. This is a curious play. Well, I don't really care if the Star Destroyer takes 2 damage.
Yeah, all you're doing is preventing 1 damage that he would do instead.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Versus, if he'd attacked with it, you would have done 4 damage. Instead, you're preventing 1 damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a good trade.
No, it probably wasn't. I probably should have left the other guy out. So I put an edge card in. Oh, I had tactical planning. Okay. So I'm going to prevent all his damage now, probably, because I'm going to take away the blast.
Now, does he lose it till the end of turn, end of
I
combat?
think it's the end of the engagement, is how
Okay.
tactical planning works.
So yeah, then he won't get any blast at all.
Right. So that was probably why I did it. I might have just thought I'm going to put this shield on there in case he has a target, and then I'm going to stop the other blast with the tactical planning anyway. So that might have been why I did it that way. But I didn't want him to be able to. I wanted to stop the blast rather than the guns. That's why I didn't put the fleet navigator in there because he would have been able to kill it.
Hmm.
So he's sending the other thing after deploy the fleet, and I don't think I've used Tarkin Doctrine yet, so I might use it now. Or I might just let him blow it up so I can get a free objective. Oh, no, I guess I used Tarkin Doctrine. So I'm letting him swing at might, and I don't. Oh, I guess I'm going to get in the way here. I wonder if I've got another one that I can take away something. So he only sent one of the cruisers in, so he's going to still have one that he could potentially take force back unless I went edge and focused the other one.
Yeah.
So I went all in. I don't know if that's because I had crap or because I was trying to really win this edge battle here. I think he's thinking, did he want to put his last card in there?
I think he needs to win this.
So he had 4, and I think I had 3.
Mm.
I discarded a moment of triumph. I remember thinking that he didn't have a ton of little things down, so it wasn't good. So he actually ended up getting 2 damage on might there because he won. He got his white blast active, and he got the unopposed.
He
But
doesn't have a ton of little things, but that moment is one way you could get rid of that X-wing he's got out
yeah,
there.
the problem is it would get rid of my stormtrooper right now too.
Yeah.
I'd have to time it right. But I chose to.
Well, you could send the stormtrooper in right now to take out something, and then use might after he strikes to take out that guy.
Yeah. So let's see. Dial went to 4 because he took force back, and I've got all my resources on the Death Squadron command now too.
Yeah, because the problem is that fighter with his shielding now is going to have potentially 4 health a turn,
Yep.
and that you're not going to be able to get rid of as easily. The moment is probably the only way to. At the very least, I think you might have wanted to hang on to it.
Yeah. So I got the Imperial Engineer there, the resource chud, and then
Yeah.
there's a Gladiator. So that's not bad. And I wonder what else I might have here. I still got an awful lot of resources in my hand. And no, that's not bad. There is one of the gunships. I got double shields now.
Mm-hmm.
That could be useful. So I wonder if I might try to send the Star Destroyer in this time to get rid of Heroes of the Rebellion. Oh yeah, um, I wouldn't even be able to shoot at the Rogue Squadron. I guess I could, but Heroes of the Rebellion means your pilot. You can't target at piloted units or something like that, right? Vehicles. So
I think he's got one card. He's probably not winded edge. I think he just send in the trooper and kill out that one guy who's unfocused anyway.
right,
Whether he blocks or not, you might have to fight edge, but just let him do it, and then you got an empty board. Send the Star Destroyer to take out heroes,
yeah,
and then play defense with the rest.
yeah. I think I want to. Yeah, I definitely want to keep the gunship back for the shielding. And it would seem like I'd be better off leaving the cruiser back for the tactics.
Well, you want the gladiator too because of
Yeah,
the
and the
edge.
gladiator. Yeah, so I think oh, I'm trying to see if I'm gonna send the gladiator in too. Huh? Because the Corvette's still annoying. I'm trying to figure out what to do with that. If I didn't already have 2 damage on it, I'd probably just shoot the Corvette. So I am not sure what I'm attacking here. Probably Rogue Squadron Assault, I would think.
Yeah, and I would send the Star Destroyer to take out Heroes of the Rebellion,
Yeah.
which should already be dead.
Well,
It-
yeah, if I would have
it's
actually
done and
attacked it.
over.
I remember really being nervous about the Rogue Squadron X-Wing being out with with Tycho on it. So he is blocking here. And this, I think, made my decision a little bit more interesting because if I can win Edge, and I'm not sure how good my cards were, I had a Battle of Endor. Oh, he had 2 Endor things, that's right. Because he had Solidarity of Spirit and the Rebel War, or whatever that thing is. I can't remember what it's called.
Musashi War Room.
Yeah, that's not Masashi
Or
War.
no, that's not
The Fleet
Musashi.
Command Center.
Yeah.
Those are both Endor, so I actually had 3 because I got 2 from his stuff.
Yep.
And so I think what I ended up deciding to do was shooting something and letting his other ship double focus itself.
Yeah. Because he blocked, that's the way to do it. Take
Right.
out, yeah. Let him do 1 damage to your guy. Now he's double focused.
Yeah. And the Corvette already has 2 damage, so I could do that. The problem is he could. Oh, you know what? He didn't even think about that. He could have protected that
Yeah.
with Tycho. I think he forgot. I forgot till just now.
Yep.
But so he could have kept it alive, but
Yeah, I think you got to send the big guy now to take out Heroes of the Rebellion. You
Yeah.
need to be able to attack that thing anyway, at the very least.
right. So I didn't get unopposed there. I've got enough shields. I would think I'm going to blow up Heroes of the Rebellion now. What am I doing? It looks like I'm thinking about sending the Gladiator too.
Probably just because of the focus token. But I would
Yeah.
think it'd be better to keep him for defense.
Yeah, I guess, except the other ship has 2 guns, so I might be thinking that way that. Oh, I know why
Well,
I was doing this. I was doing this in case he freed up the ship by sacrificing Tycho. I didn't want to have him block all of a sudden and then I couldn't blow it up. That's why I sent the Gladiator in too. Yep, so then the Dow will go to 5 and I'm going to focus the Corvette. That's what it was because I took one off the Squadron Star Command since I blew up. That's why I did that because I was thinking if he wanted to, he could sacrifice Tycho and put his X-Wing in the way and I wouldn't get an unopposed with just the Star Destroyer. So I needed one more blast just in case he blocked like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I took balance back there and with the cruiser and I got my shields. Got his board pretty locked down except for the Rogue Squadron X-Wing, and he just flipped up. I think that was the Engineering the Future, or was that Resourceful Survivors?
I think that's engineering.
Yeah, that's Engineering the Future. So that's, while it's undamaged, exhausted Rebel Alliance units you control can't be dealt damage by enemy combat icons or card effects. So basically I couldn't kill his stuff right now, even if I wanted to. And he does have the protect still, so I'm a little worried about home 1, I'll say that.
Well, yeah, the problem is you've only got 7 health worth left on your objectives.
Right.
So he doesn't need a whole lot to take you out here. Despite the fact that your board is much stronger than his, he's got 1 unit that's going to be very hard to kill.
Yeah, and I guess I did about 4 of that damage to myself on deployed fleet.
Yep.
So, but the dial's at 5. So I'm probably thinking, oh yeah, he didn't free up his shield, I guess. So I'm probably thinking if I can survive here, maybe I get enough blasts to take out all 3, or if I can at least keep edge or keep balance and I'd only need 2.
If you draw us another Star Destroyer, you should be able to win next
Yeah,
turn.
and there is that the that's the free guy, right?
Yeah, the guy that comes with 2
The
tokens on him.
overworked engineer. Yeah, it comes in with 2 tokens on him. Black gun, black blast, white tactics. So if he gets the other thing, he could free him right up. But I'm not sure it's worth it. I just changed the thing because I said I think it looked a little too messy with the 4 1s on there. So Scott's trying to figure out what to do. I only have a couple cards left too, so I think I was a little nervous at this point. That home one could really potentially do me in, although with the shields, that is going to help a lot.
Well, home one could take out at least. It could use its diverting damage to take out, deploy the fleet.
Right.
Because it has only 1 health. It has 2 blast in itself.
Yeah.
Um,
But I do have the
yeah.
potential to double shield with the gunship, so
Right.
I think that's going to help save the other objectives. Plus, if he happens to play home one, I can use Tarkin Doctrine at least to make things a little tougher for him. of figuring out how he should attack. So I know at this point I was definitely nervous, and then there it is. Here's home one. I was like, oh no. Thank God I got the gunship for shields. That was exactly what went through my mind there.
Yeah.
Because he can potentially double strike with that Rogue Squadron X-wing. Now, if I happen to have a tactical planning, home one's not as scary because I could just take away all the blast.
Mm-hmm.
But I played one before, and I don't know if I still have another one in my hand or not. And on top of that, since he only played home one, and he did play the other guy, which was just 1 pip, but he's got 4 cards in his hand still to my 2.
Yeah, I almost would have not played that one unit that he did for free just to keep him as another edge pip, because I don't think the game's going to go 2 more turns where he's going to get to use him.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough, so maybe he thought he had the win on the board, so he didn't care since I only had 2 cards. I'm not sure. So this is definitely a bit of a puzzle for him. So I think he's asking about the gunship there. I said about I can shield I can shield something in the objective and something in the engagement, and then also something outside of it. And I would think those shields are going on some objectives this time. Yeah. So with home one, if he gets it unopposed, he could get 3 blast, do 2 to somewhere else, and he could potentially do 2 with the Rogue Squadron X-wing also. So that's 7 blast right there. That's enough if he can, do this right. Because I don't have enough guns to take out the X-wing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have any tactics to try to stop it from. Well, I do have 1 tactics, I guess, with the cruiser.
I think the way to go is what he's doing. I would send the X-wing at deploy the fleet.
Yeah, he's definitely sending the X-wing here. And I don't know if he did deploy or not, since I was probably trying to think of what I should do to block here. Should I Tarkin Doctrine him, make him go somewhere else?
Well, if he went to deploy, you have to Tarkin Doctrine, because otherwise you won't have 3 objectives and you can't use it anyway.
Right, I wouldn't be able to stop it on Tarkin Doctrine.
Yeah.
I mean, I stop it on deploy, so yeah, I gotta think I'm gonna use Tarkin Doctrine here if he's going after deploy the fleet. Yeah. So I either used it or I made it, or he decided to go after Tarkin Doctrine.
I don't think he should go after Tarkin Doctrine with just him. He's not going to kill it. Not if you put in your shield guys.
Yeah. I don't know if I redirected or not. He may have went up to Tarkin Doctrine and I didn't redirect, thinking if I could stop this one, then he won't
Mm-hmm.
get a third attack off. Huh, this is interesting. I think I just blocked with the cruiser. I don't think I even blocked with the gunship. Guess I was saving it for the shields on, since he didn't send home one in. And I put one
Well,
card in, and I
you
think
would need to win edge, but you'd have the tactics for home
yeah,
one there.
I only put one in. I wonder if I had a twist. I had one. He had more than one.
Yep.
So this is, I guess I have to see how he plays this here. So he's going to do a damage to the cruiser, do one to Tarkin Doctrine.
Yeah, see, the problem is by swinging again, he should be able to get unopposed and kill
Yeah,
Tarkin
yeah,
Doctor.
and then I shot him, and he's going to discard Tycho there and shoot again. He's going to blow up the cruiser and blow up Tarkin Doctrine.
Yeah, that was not the way to defend that.
And then, oh, I'm pointing to Death Squadron Command. He blew something up, so I get to take a token off there.
Yeah.
Oh, I have Tractor Beam. And I'm going to move one from the Death Squadron Star Destroyer to home one. That's why I defended like that. I had a plan. I wanted him to blow it up so I could Tractor Beam home one. That
Hmm.
was pretty
Mm.
clever on my part, if I do say so myself. Not to pat myself on the back, but that was okay. So I was wondering what I was doing too. I think I forgot I did that. So that's going to put the dial to 7. So I only need to blow up 2 now, and I probably have.
Well, the Star Destroyer right now can take out the top objective by itself.
Yeah,
So
I
you
need.
just need 4 blasts between whatever else you got.
And I got 2 blasts on the board already with the Gladiator and the gunships. I need 2 more blasts
You need
here.
to draw 2 blasts.
Yeah, and
So
let me
any Star
see.
Destroyer, Chimera.
Yeah, I think I just saw an Admiral's orders. So okay, so that was pretty. I said that was a pretty clever play on my part that I let him blow it up so I could actually tractor beam. I was just kind of lucky. And there's Chimera. That should do it.
That should be enough.
Yeah. So I can pay full 5 for that. I don't need to worry about deploy the fleet or anything. He's got 1 card left, but he doesn't have any resources, so I don't think I really should have anything to worry about.
Oh, he's tapped out. He's got no blockers.
Right. And then I'm just playing. Yeah, I'm only using 1 on Might also. Oh yeah, I think he was checking. I said I had double focused the Death Squadron command so it didn't free up when I played the tractor beam. And there's Admiral's orders. I guess I have something else. Probably just making sure. And then there's another Gladiator from War Blast, just in case he had some trick. So I'm sending the Star Destroyer after Rogue Squadron Assault. That'll blow it up, put it up to 9, and then I have enough blasts with everybody else, even without Chimera's bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll blow up whatever else I went up. Yep, so I was able to hold him off there thanks to the timely tractor beam from the Death Squadron Star Destroyer to home 1. Wow. so I guess I did. It looked odd, and I was agreeing when you were saying it looked odd how I defended, but I guess I really wanted him to blow it up, and when he didn't attack with home 1, just so I could, use tractor beam there. But and I guess I defended just to try to get cards out of his hand just in case or something. There was some other
Well,
trick.
he had to get rid of Tycho also. Which
Yeah, yeah. So tractor beam did some work there. I used both of them to move stuff from my cards to his ships there since he was playing a ship deck too, and kind of avoid him taking force and stuff. So that was pretty good.
That's one of the big advantages of this matchup is the fact that Rebels don't have a card like that.
Right, they really don't.
It's effectively the same as Bamboozle.
Right.
Just for vehicles. So, yeah, it's a very powerful card. when you play it, and even if you don't, it's a 3-pip edge, so
Yep.
it's definitely a good card to have.
Yeah. So that was a pretty good game. So I ended up sweeping Scott there. So that put me on 10 points after the round two. So I had to wait and kind of see what was going on in the other matchup to see what would happen since we had one more round to play. So
Hmm.
you got any thoughts about this game before we wrap it up for this one?
No, like I said, I think you'd have been, you might have gotten it faster if you'd have been a little more aggressive with that big guy earlier. But
Right.
you seemed okay. He never did. Yeah, he was pointing out his resupply depot there. You're lucky he never pulled that thing.
Yeah, I think I was. I think that's when I probably might have asked him about if did he have defensive having four too, because that would have helped him get more ships out and stuff. Because he didn't really draw resources that game. I mean, took advantage of those cruisers that let you discount the next ship after you play it by one, and he had the fleet command, but that only works on vehicles that cost 3 more. But he didn't really draw anything else. So, and it didn't seem like when he was talking, he had a lot in his deck. I guess he had Blissix, but I killed Blissix so to get rid of the resource. But
Yeah.
so that was at least I drew resources that game under like my first round game with that deck. So that helped a little bit more. But I was definitely on edge because I knew if he dropped home one at any moment, I could be in big trouble. So I tried to play a little more defensively again, just maybe more than I should have. All right. Well, thanks again for joining me for commentary on this one, and then we'll get started on the last round when we get the chance.
It sounds good.
All right.